potentially could be picked up by Indonesia. You have 2 bans for it anyway, so you're gonna be at least A-okay with that.
One big problem is Grok still open.
Again, time and time again for the Grok. I mean, with Vival.
And also there's that Kufra Farsa that Indonesia likes to pick up. It's a traditional combo with the blade tricks, like that trio spells doom, right?
Where is my target?
Okay, the respect.
Respect.
Natalia. One big problem for PH is that I think you can only ban one roam hero dedicated to Franco and Kaja. So that means just choose one. Because you aren't required to ban out Lolita as well. In this lineup. Like Indonesia, if they get Lolita Valentina, that's just gonna suck for your mid lane.
Then again, you're still also scared about the carry team stuns, right? The Kaja.
Yeah,
They're-
Welcome
So I think
to my
Your
castle.
team is banned.
Understandably so.
So they will open up Franco and Kaja for this game.
I think
Franco, Kaja, Lolita.
I think
Kufra.
that among those 4 that you just mentioned, I think that maybe Franco might be the least priority when it comes to your bans.
Yeah, because you do have that Melissa and Eve.
But that
can
puts
deal.
Kaja up top.
Yeah. So I think the highest priority here for PH is you ban out Kaja. Because against Franco, against Grok, against Franco and against Lolita, you have that reload manipulation to play with, and the go away would be of much value against those heroes. Because the thing about Kaja is that she does not care about.
I will protect you. Your team is banned.
Well, they do have the
They're giving up free bans for both sides.
well, they do have the Beatrix anyway, so they wanna make sure that everything is covered. I'm pretty sure that it will be a roam pickup for Indonesia in slot number 4.
Franco still, still very, very good for Indonesia. But also talking about the XP lane, Lapu-Lapu is still open for Indonesia.
Perfect pick actually for Indonesia having this Eve on the other team. So Philippines right now, maybe Franco. I'm
Kaja.
Kaja. No,
Kaja,
Kaja,
I think you ban Kaja.
Yeah.
Kaja.
Just achieves so much.
This land is our homeland.
Okay,
You're right. You're right the first time.
It's Lapu.
Yeah.
Or will they take the Kaja?
Will they take Yuzhong as well?
Here's the thing. I think no matter what, they don't care if Philippines get either like Franco or Kaja. So you go for
Your team
other.
is
Okay,
picking.
that's the game plan. Because here's the thing: if you give Philippines Kaja and Franco, they will likely take it. So get the hero that will counter it. Like both the Franco and Kaja does not enjoy playing against this Kufra because you have that re-engage factor.
Yeah.
Problem is you don't have Lapu-Lapu. So Indonesia is in a position where you are required to pick up a tanky XP laner, and I like this. Philippines is already gearing up to face such XP laner in the side of Indonesia, and the only remaining option that I can think of is Stams because Lapu-Lapu is already banned out.
I must break the code.
They like that
Your
hero,
team
of course,
is
right?
Oh no!
Okay.
There is the IMU.
You go Farsa, I think.
No, you haven't.
Valentina's already there. For Indonesia, Terista makes sense.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
With the Estes, definitely for the Philippines side. Now,
I think it's
someone
the-
that has crowd control.
Terizla, Edith. I don't see any. Mincitar, actually.
Mensitar, maybe. I mean, it's difficult though for Ruby. Is the ultimate of Ruby able to catch the Melissa under the goal?
No, I don't think so. Because
When the body suffers,
What? What?
spirit
Okay, so they-
blooms.
Never mind crowd control.
Yep.
We go Benedetta petrified.
They go damage instead of crowd control. That is the decision. And looks like our analyst here cannot believe what he just saw. But this is the decision from both teams. These Philippines are going to be rocking the classic championship caliber kind of lineup this time by the women's squad. It's going to be the Estes.
It's a little weird, playing Benedetta against an Estes. The heals is gonna come out, but I understand their thinking. Like it can force out the heal from the Estes. My big worry is the slow from Estes. Like this Benedetta is gonna walk.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure anymore of what's gonna happen on this game. If we go back, game number 2, it was Indonesia on the lead, and then in an instant, the Philippines won the game, and they're just showing us pocket strategies time and time again. Natalia, then this time around, Estes, so why not?
Yeah. If both teams chill, this is a favorable comp for PH. But again, there is still that factor of the Kufra getting the momentum for Indonesia, and they can utilize the Benedetta prior to level 4 because of the the passive with sword intent. She can move around the map rather quickly, and I think that's what they're banking on: the ability for Indonesia to just be able to move around the map prior to the first 2 turtles.
If you don't think about the Estes for a while, just remove it from the factor. Imagine if it's a different roamer. Indonesia will have the tools to deal with the other heroes. Like Benedetta didn't really make it a problem for Eve to stay in front, utilizing the real-world manipulation because of the damage. There is an argument that can be made between Benedetta and Melissa, although Melissa naturally wins that matchup, but if you time it correctly, you will have the right opportunity. And you also have the threat of the Beatrix plus the Kofra, which we know that if you have a good jump, you can have the Ben's Rage. But that is, again, not taking into factor what the Estes can do. And we know for sure that the Estes will be able to just nullify all of the things that we just said about Team Indonesia's comp.
Yeah, just think about the life of Perez here. She has Inspire. She'll naturally build up Haskell, I think, here in this game because you're required to do so much frontliners on the side of Indonesia. And you also have an Estes. So the amount of HPs that she'll get in this game is absurd. And I don't think the damage is enough on the side of Indonesia unless they burst this Melissa down. So she's going to be target priority number 1 in the mid to late game. The jumps will have to count from Vivian, and Perez is already doing a good job in laning against his Beatrix.
And you can see right now, Vival and Al Puerto positioned here in the turtle objective. First turtle of the game, we can see Vivian stretching, and Al Puerto is going to be the target. The Blessing of the Moon Goddess has been procced, and Vivian is forced to flicker out as the turtle will go to the hands of Philippines' Fumieko. Nope. She will back away on that team fight.
We can already see some of the problems that Indonesia will be facing in the mid-game. Damage will not be enough. And for Team Philippines' benefit, they have found their ultimates pre the turtle fight, which was very important. It's not easy to get your ultimate up as the Estes in the early stages during the first turtle fight, but Team Philippines have found an opening, and this is already massive for their Estes-based comp.
So here's the problem. Indonesia, as much as they want to utilize this Benedetta and Kufra in the early game, but they also have to babysit Chill on the gold lane because Melissa has been doing a fantastic job of winning this matchup against Chill. And she already has Corrosion Sight, meaning nobody can could stand their ground against this Melissa. I would say Indonesia has much bigger problems in terms of dealing with the Melissa because as of now they don't have the damage yet, and she will continue to scale. And she's not even problem number 1. Problem number 1 is how do you fight against this massive sustain on the Estes, and how do you fight against the re-engage of the final slash and the real manipulation?
Yeah, but at the same time, you don't really have the burst. I mean, Chini will choose either it's going to be the sustain with the IMU on Vivero, or will it be the real world manipulation, right? So clearing of minion wave is also an issue here for the lineup of Indonesia. And this is going to be a long game for our players because we see right now, regardless if Indonesia, they have the Kufra, but it's very different from the Kufra on game number 1.
Look at how scared they are of the Melissa. Just one model, Beaver was like, nope.
Especially because Amores and Vivera are there. They are doing a great job just checking out the bushes, not letting any opening from Indonesia to be happening. And it's going to be turtle number 2 with Al Puerto in front. Vivera and Amores, they have their ultimates up.
Okay, we have the IMU on Chini with that real-world manipulation. Turtle has been reset. So this might be a 5v5 team fight as the XP laners will be here as well. Here comes Vivian with the
nicely timed Mortal Coil.
Here comes the counter engage, but the turtle will go to the side of Indonesia. But wait, Bear is here for those
Vival?
Vival
No puncture.
but wait, Chini is going to be the target here for
there you
Team
go.
Philippines. Vival is there as well. We see models and cuddles, but the real damage from the Philippines is right here, 4-0.
3 kills, and that includes the 4 kills in total, including the first blood. They might not get the turtle number 2, but they got a massive teamfight win, and this is because of their sustain. They have also isolated the backlines. Indonesia exposed their damage dealers into the backlines, and meant that Philippines have found the opening.
Yeah.
Even after Vival found a way to get into the backlines of Team Philippines, we are going to see that the sustain was more than enough. Midnight, what happened in this instant replay?
Well, what happened was the heal from the Estes really came in here, and it came in handy for Team PH. And I also love the fact that, you know, Daigon and Puerta was like, okay, they don't have damage. Lancero's not going to have damage. She's a tanks a lot, so we can leave our backline with the Estes. Let's go for the backlines of Indonesia. And Chini was not in a good spot because she was fighting against crazy good early game heroes in the form of both the Arlot and the Martes. So there's no way of surviving that. While Indonesia, they did not have damage whatsoever to try and take out Perez. Perez was able to regenerate her life twice with both the Inspire and the Blessing of the Moon Goddess.
Oh. Massive lead. Team Philippines have amassed 2,000 gold lead. This is the first time in this series that they were that they had the advantage.
Yep.
The early stages, and that can also be said with their semifinal matchup. For all of the 5 games that so far we have seen Team Philippines play, this is the first time that they will have the lead in the early stages.
Yeah.
But for Indonesia, they are trying to go for a play at the bottom lane. But Amoris was there. She knows that the players of Indonesia is actually there for Philippines. They will go straight, specifically Al Puerto on the turtle objective. No contest from the side of Indonesia as the Retribution will secure that one. Chini will use the IMU again with that real-world manipulation, and just it's just Philippines running out of players of Indonesia.
That's a wishful attempt as well. You don't have the burst damage to take out the Arlot, especially with the tenacity on Daigon. This emblem really just provides a lot of survivability for the Arlot. And you know, this is the downside of playing a Valentina. Like the amount of damage that she can bring towards the table is the amount of lead that you have and the momentum that you can get in the early game. But sadly for Chini, they were not able to establish that momentum as Philippines are leading the charge this time around, and she's even she's even at the same level with Amoris. Amoris actually has higher gold compared to the Valentina.
But what's really nice for Indonesia is that they are fully aware that it's not advisable for them to fight against Philippines like a big team fight. So they are going for those split pushes, which is really nice, by the way.
And that allowed them to kind of...
the slow walk.
The slow walk. Fumiko going to be able to run away, but that is going to be the final blow committed, which means that there will be not much when it comes to like the defense into the bottom lane. Retribution, however, committed by Vival just to make sure that they defend bottom lane.
Ooh, flicker.
That was close. Flicker burn. Yes, for Chini on this game. So for both our teams, they're just really forcing each other to exert and use as much resources as possible against each other. And
okay.
Nice
deal.
More on really stretching the game for Indonesia.
Yeah, nice deal from Chell. I have to say this Martis on the front end, so such a big nuisance for Indonesia. Like 3 heroes on their side are essentially countered by the jungler of PH. Vival, Fumieko, and Vivian cannot play properly against the Smartest. Bottom lane, however, Daigon. Be careful, that's an Arlot!
Okay, we have the final
That's an Arlot!
For Daigon. Look at
That's
the
an Arlot!
sustain for the explainer of Philippines. No trade from Indonesia as set of Philippines. This is a perfect time for us to take this score. No contest.
They're not giving up.
Indonesia. Space give and go for the players of Philippines. All for Indonesia. They will secure a turret here at the bottom lane.
Yeah.
Somebody has to recall to say this, but Indonesia will just trade. They know that they will not have any advantage. The pickup was there from Daigon, although they threw everything, including the kitchen sink, onto that particular hero. They managed to take her out. So after taking so much time, but they did lose the Lord.
And I have to say, it was a greedy play from Daigon to try and fight that. She was already in a much better spot. She could have lived and Indonesia would have still taken out the bottom tower, which was a good trade for their side. Because again, realizing the threat that they cannot fight against PH as of right now, they need more. They need more tools. They need more dominance eyes. They need more necklace of Durans.
Yep.
Rare. Gone are the days where we see mages buy that item. It's a rare purchase now.
Yup, and this time around, it's a fast defense for the Indonesian squad as the Lord has been defended. We could see a shift on the rotation of Philippines. They will force this bottom lane turret to be destroyed. Look at that.
Yes, the amount of slow.
And from behind, Vivera was just there to secure the kill against Fumieko.
They cut the corners, like the slow from Eve and the slow from Estes. They didn't put it in one spot. They put it in two spots. And Fumieko did not have a fun time on trying to escape that. Again, the sword intent, you need to charge that. And this minute that for the longest time has been trying to walk towards her safety.
And that Lord take from Team Philippines inflated the gold lead to 3.7k, especially after the turrets that they were able to push. Typically, you want to look for all of the outer turrets, but Team Philippines are going to be settling for that one. Initiation coming from Dagon.
Vivian forced to flicker out, but Vivian is going to be down. A decimate is the answer, says Alpuerto. And Philippines right now. Just look at the sustain. Yes, there is the damage from Chell, but Vivera is just there for those heals. And Perez was with those free hits. And this around Philippines is on the aggressive side.
Then comes the Nova Fighter Slash committed by Team Philippines. They snag Akil once again. And there's the chain. Gonna be the Beatrix down for the count. Dagon is gonna keep herself safe. And the Perez just hitting onto the turret. In comes Alpuerto. Retribution. Triple kill for Alpuerto. The Marcus coil gets out. Gets away with murder as Team Philippines will now get the turret and a 5,000 gold lead.
Somebody send the ambulance, Philippines says.
I mean,
they just left the murder scene in Indonesia. They had no answer. Again, the amount of sustain with the Estes, especially with the Purified Battle Spell, she's not afraid to stand in the front line against Vivian. And this Kufra cannot play in front of the Martis. Alpuerto has been providing so much problems in the early game because of his survivability in the front lines. And this time around, she turned as the damage dealer for Team Philippines. And again, there was no answer. There was no clapback from Team Indonesia.
And
bottom lane though.
There's a shift for Indonesia that again is
That's an Arlot.
It's the same story.
That's an Arlot.
And Shell will secure that kill against Dagon, but this time around, it's a different story for Philippines. They will go for the backup against Indonesia. Shell will TP out.
Fumieko, you're gonna walk again.
They are alive. No! Fumieko is down in the hands of Team Philippines. You have the Lord of the middle lane. Yes, Chini will defend. I mean, Indonesia needs the ambulance, but they are up against an ambulance.
And the Puerto with the decimation just on time. And I think that's pixel perfect as well. Mid lane definitely will be taken out. Alberto just manning the front lines for Team Philippines as Perez and the gang, they will be moving themselves towards the bottom lane.
Oh, the muddles.
Okay,
so
not
much
really
damage.
hurt. Again, reward manipulation here for Amores for the side of Team Philippines. Just zoning out the players of Indonesia and a lot of pressure coming in from the Filipino team. Look at that. The bottom lane is really the target. Fumieko comes in, but nope. She's still alive for this one. Alpuerto again in front of the players of Indonesia. Here comes the ball of Indonesia.
Oh no, Portal Coil!
Flicker out, but we have the Blessing of the Moon Goddess Indonesian version. Alpuerto has the immortality though, and in front of the members of Indonesia, we have players of Team Philippines just doing those free hits.
Amazing wave clear though from Indonesian side, but for how long? Real world manipulation by Amores.
Fumieko gonna be falling low. The stun connects. He's now being controlled, taken out as well. Benedetta out. Viva wants to defend, but she's taking so much damage as well. Will keep herself alive and will be able to clear out the minion wave very close for Indonesia. And Philippines, nobody died from their side. Could be round number 2 or round number 3. We don't know. The medic is here for Team Philippines.
I mean, this is
Dagon!
Oh my God, Shella already on live. We can see right now. Team Philippines, Alpuerto on the legendary Vival forced to back away, but still Indonesia holding onto the base. A nice minion wave clearing
Hey,
though.
They did clear out the minion
was
wave.
close.
And it was very close. Philippines are really feeling it. 13-2. And they have a healthy minion wave into the bottom lane.
Oh,
Vivian, 16 seconds. Can they wait this out?
No battle spells, by the way, for the players of Team Indonesia. Philipina is forced to elect to fight
Diagon?
to go back to the base, and another inhibitor turret destroyed by the Filipino squad. Still
Oh my.
Indonesia on the defense. 20 seconds for the Lord.
It's like when Taros was asked how much it took. It took everything for Indonesia to defend their base.
And everything. And look at that. Purify is still available for Vivero. You have massive flickers coming in, and Diagon will also have her own flicker in quite a while. My goodness, this version of the ultimate bonding experience.
Yep.
The Filipino signature.
They know how to utilize it, so it seems. And what a better... it's so perfect with the timing that they actually showed us this kind of composition, right? Natalia was the pocket strategy in game number 2. They took a game out of it. And then for them to get into match point, if ever they do, it's the Estes. So now you have to think about 2 different strategies from Team Philippines if you're
Is
Indonesia.
it gonna be Natalia, or is it gonna be an Estes?
You're gonna be hella confused on game number 4. And again, the brilliance with this pick, it's not even about just the heal. It's about being able to stand on the front lines this time around. Although game number 2, Natalia did not stand on the front lines, it provided enough of a problem. It added a layer of problem for Indonesia to deal with. And this time around, Vivian is not able to play her game on the Kufra. As you know, every jumps that she makes, it's accompanied by either a counter engage from the from the Arlot or the Eve. And even if she makes a great jump on the enemy roam, she has Purify. The Estes can just purify it out and heal her teammates, and again provide assistance towards the aggression that they can amass. And I love this Marcus pick coming out from Team Philippines. Again, it essentially counters 3 heroes on the side of Team Indonesia. You saw Fumi Echo earlier try to use the Electro Final Blow against the Eve, but Demartis was there, and she was not able to get out. Like the Sword in 10 charges was not working the way it's supposed to be because of the Mortal Coil.
And at the same time, if Indonesia forces to dive in deeper on that formation of Philippines, there is the go away. So you have the go away, you have the real world manipulations. It's as if Philippines is building their own base. In front of the base of
literally.
Indonesia. I mean, literally, yeah.
This is why you really think like the Benedetta might not be the good choice here. This last pick for Indonesia. They pick up something else, like maybe Teresa. They could have had a better early game, right? And now this really is gonna be difficult for Team Indonesia. It's not impossible though, but it is very difficult. Lord, gonna be in favor of Team Philippines.
So much gap between the the roles on both sides. The jungler 3,000 gold lead for Al Puerto, and also just the the gold lane. Although it's a 1k lead, it's quite small for Chell. But the main problem is this gold from the Melissa is of high value. Like they don't have anything against Perez. Even if they jump in with with Vivian, she's gonna be met with insane amount of healing from Vivero. And if they don't burst Perez down, she can just press Inspire, and alongside Haskell, she will regain those HP back.
This is now the Lord of the Team Philippines knocking on the middle lane. Indonesia will defend this one out. We have the blessing from the Moon Goddess. Vivian already going live, but it's going to be legendary for El Puerto. And look at those free hits from Perez, but they're still alive. Okay, we have the regeneration for the side of Team Philippines. We have 4 players still defending their base. Look at Diagon in front.
Final slash!
With a final slash against the Indonesian team. And we have a tower lock as Philippines 1 win away on securing the gold.
Match point for Mobile Legends Bang Bang Philippines Women's Division. And everybody from the Philippines side now celebrating.